Our project is on how people are not educated on transgender issues, and that affects the transgender community significantly. In America, we are working towards fixing all inequalities. Inequalities can arise in different forms, some obvious, some subtle, some out of ignorance, some out of stereotypes. Regardless of the reasons, some consequences of inequality affects individuals, often from underrepresented groups at a very personal and intimate level. LGBTQ is a sensitive issue across the globe. Often discrimination towards them occurs due to a lack of understanding of their needs. What does it mean to be transgender? According to GLAAD, an organization founded in 1985 and is fighting for equal rights of the LGBTQ community, transgender is a term used to describe people whose gender identity differs from the sex that they were assigned at birth. However, due to the fact that people are uneducated on this matter, transgender people are being treated unfairly compared to others. In our school, we have the transgender bathrooms, as shown on the slide. In many other schools or in public, there is not even one transgender bathroom, which causes some troubles for them, such as inequalities.
Actually, care about that stuff now, because I'm thinking back to when we were in the Met, and yeah, and that woman was trying to say something to you in the bathroom, and I couldn't even get myself to pee because I was just so upset. I was I can't believe this fucking lady thinks she can go out of she's gonna go out of her way to say this, when in what way, shape, or form is this affecting her?
As a matter of fact, the situation is worse than just simply not having the bathroom. Trump administration is trying to ban transgender people from joining the military, from protecting their own country. If we leave the situation like this untouched and decide not to do anything about it, just imagine the consequences. As a way to understand how educated society is about transgender people, we conducted interviews on pedestrians. Some of the questions were: do you often ask people about their pronouns? When do you first meet them? If no, what types of pronouns would you use when talking to a transgender person?
I never ask them for pronoun. Yeah, because I really call people what they look like what they shows to everybody. But if I know someone prefer another pronoun, I will change it.
Did you know 78% transgender/gender nonconforming students in grades K through 12 experienced harassment, while 35% experienced physical assault and 12% experienced sexual violence?
I don't know about the fact that so many of the members of the community are suffering from discrimination during the process of growth. I think the problem is that the society is not paying too much attention towards the LGBT community, so that people doesn't understand how people can be in the community, so that discrimination can be caused towards them during the growth, and eventually it happens severe discrimination towards them.
Do you think our school, UCI, is doing a good job in providing the necessary resources for LGBT community, mostly focusing on transgender community?
Yeah, I think that our school, UCI, is doing a good job in providing the necessary resources for the LGBT community, and especially focusing on the transgender community. Because every time when I would go to the student center and I see there an office which was hosted by the LGBT student, and they really provide lots of activities and group meeting for the student who are in this community and who wants to know more about this LGBT community. So I think that our school is doing a great job.
The answers we get from the interviews are quite simple but also inspiring. As we can see from the interviews, most people did not know about discrimination going on with the transgender community. Most did not have any resolutions in mind. No motivation, clear resolutions. This causes microaggression and inequalities that happen to the transgender group. But at the same time, it is common for people to not care about things as long as these things don't affect them. What can we do to make the inequality situation better? First, we need to realize transgender people are just a little bit different than others, that's all. We as humans all want to be treated equally as others, and that's what all that men are created equally means. Letting people know the transgender people are the same as them is the first step to do. As Ellen says after her show, be kind to one another. Second, we need to let people care about them, to get to know them in real life. Acknowledging that being in the transgender group doesn't change anything from others caring about them. Third, we need to act, from simply making blogs about your thoughts about transgender groups and to joining anti-discrimination groups. Every effort counts. Change is now and the future is tomorrow. Thanks.